a lot of things move fast, so it's very hard for
Hmm.
university to stay updated with all the latest technology. But I think from my experience and from what I discuss with other people that have a academic background, I think the school give you the fundamental that you can start learning yourself.
Hundreds of users asking why the app is down. An advice from her that kept me away from publishing my app like for a year. I also believe that having good quality products is the best marketing you can have.
If
Yeah.
you are passionate about software development, you will be doing a lot of software development stuff in your
Mhm.
free time. I'm just saying that because I am a fan of Shopify. I am not sponsored by Shopify. This sixth episode of Yalla Let's Code podcast, a podcast where I interview software engineer to share their entrepreneurial story. And here we are in our sixth episode, and we have another guest from the Shopify space. So we have Ayoub Bougsid. He is a Shopify app developer. He scaled his business to 600K per year in just 18 months. And I will give the mic to Ayub so he can introduce himself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ayoub Bougsid. I'm 30 years old. First, I would like to thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be with you here because I have
Welcome.
watched all of your previous episodes, and yeah, I'm so happy to be here to share my experience and also to have a chat. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your introduction. The first question that I have for you is how did you get started in web development specifically? And after that, we can start talking about Shopify.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I am a software engineer, so I graduated as a software engineer in 2017. My formal education was all around development, but it was specialized in backend development, so there wasn't much of web development there. So at that period, since I already get the foundation of development in my formal education, I have started learning and took the self-learning path to get an idea about web development, JavaScript, and framework built around JavaScript and all of this. And yeah, I think the web development was like self-learning. It wasn't in my formal education, but I get the foundation of development from my study because I believe that development is not only about web or about a specific framework. I believe that development is about getting the foundation of development of coding. So in my study, we have focused more in backend, and also we have focused on low-level languages like assembly, C, and all of this. And honestly, this gave me a solid foundation of development. And later on, all frameworks, all languages became like easy to grasp, easy to learn, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's right. So it's a mix of academic background and self learning, which is good because many of people that would like to choose the academic way, they are just like sticking to what they are learning in the
Hmm.
university or the school, but they are not doing extra work to be able to extend their knowledge, to be
Yeah.
able to get updated about the latest technology and stuff.
Mhm. I agree. I agree because I remember back then in my education there were some web stuff, but they were really outdated. For example, they were teaching us Angular 1, and it was already Angular 2. It is that is most popular then. So even the academic way, it was outdated regarding the web development. But regarding backend, I think we had a good formation there. So it was really nice in backend, but in front end, it was not that good actually.
Yeah, makes sense. I think there is a lot of discussion about the academic study, especially in software engineering stuff. A lot of things move fast, so it's very hard for
Hmm.
university to stay updated with all the latest technology. But I think from my experience and from what I discuss with other people that have a academic background, I think the school give you the fundamental that you can start learning yourself. So you just need to get the foundation right, and after that you can start learning in your free time, because I don't think the university will give you all the things that you need to be able to be competitive in this market. But I think you need to do extra to be able to get the right
Yeah.
job that you always dream about as a software engineer.
Hmm. Yeah. Agree. Yeah, I strongly agree. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, that's good. The next question that I would like to ask, so we talk about how did you start in web development and how the switch was from web development to Shopify development.
Yeah, I think it's a long story, but I will try to make it short. Uh, as I said, I graduated as a software engineer in 2017, and then worked in a multinational company as a backend developer for almost 1 year. Then switched to another company for 1 month. I switched to this company because the salary was good for me, but it was only for 1 month. Because honestly, I never see myself like having a job and fighting for a salary each month. I mean, it's not like a bad thing, but it wasn't my thing actually. So, especially that it was a good salary, and if I stayed more than 6 months, I would stick there forever because I knew friends that doing this all the time. So it was only 1 month, and then I decided to quit my job. I quit my job. Then I was looking for what to do after quitting my job because I knew that I need to do some side projects, like to make a living first, and of course to start my entrepreneurial journey. So I started an e-commerce business with my partner. Once we started this e-commerce business and started the day-to-day operations, we found ourselves that we are doing a lot of stuff that manually, and also we are doing a lot of stuff that are repetitive. So I already knew that those tasks can be automated. So I have decided like to build a small app, or we can say a software as a service, to automate those tasks for our internal use only. And we built that SaaS, and it was great for us. It was make things easy for us. And then we want to have a store because we are an e-commerce business, so we need a store. We have decided to go with Shopify because it was the leader there back then. We started using Shopify, and again we discovered that Shopify it is not adapted to our specific use case, and we want to find a solution for this again. So I made some research and found that we can actually develop some third-party apps, and we can plug them into Shopify, and this will solve our issue. So we made a small app that will solve this issue for us, and we start using it, and it shows a great result for us. The conversion rate was very high because of this. We continue like this for a year, like this app and this SaaS for our internal use only. And after a year, the e-commerce business didn't go well, so we had to pivot, and we have split everything, me and my partner, and I quit the e-commerce business for good since then. Because I think the reason it didn't go well with us, because the e-commerce it wasn't my thing, so I didn't, I wasn't good on that, but I knew that I am good at development and coding and all of that stuff. Yeah, so we ended the e-commerce business, and then I decided to continue building on that software as a service, not the Shopify app, but I continue on the software as a service, like the app we built to manage the e-commerce business. So I continue on that for almost like 6 months or so. But I noticed that users start asking for that plugin we developed for Shopify. They started asking us, why not give it publicly so we can use it too? And I have launched that plugin. It was like an MVP for us. It wasn't like have many features that really can a business build on it. But I have decided to give it to few users, and they start getting good results. So I thought that this is the opportunity that I'm looking for. I need to build on this app and continue on this one instead of my software as a service, because I want to concentrate my effort on this one. And after some research, I found that I can make this app publicly and I can publish on the App Store. But I was unlucky because I got an advice from a friend that he was already doing Shopify apps. I asked him how it is about to get your app published on the App Store, and it was an advice from him that kept me away from publishing my app like for a year, because he told me that the review process is really hard and you can't make it through it to the App Store. So uh, I mean, this was shocking for me because I really was excited to launch my app, and because of this advice, I saved like a year to publish my app. But then I decided why not just give it a try? So I started the app from scratch because the first version, it wasn't meant for everyone. It was for a specific case, and I want to make it publicly. So there was a lot of chance that I need to make. Yeah, I spent like a week doing the app from scratch because it was just an MVP. It wasn't like a big app, and then publish it on the App Store. And the ironic thing, it was accepted like from the second try. I mean, it was rejected for the first one, but second one it was accepted. Like the whole process took like 4 days, and the app becomes public. So yeah, this is my story how I started the Shopify app development.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I think also I have a similar story to you about how I get started as a Shopify developer, and also the thing that you mentioned about the process of getting your Shopify app is really hard. I think this was a myth about like a Shopify
Hmm.
review process, but I think you will only knew if it's hard or not when you try it, because
Exactly.
even if you ask people, I think because each developer will have a different case and may like a maybe this developer have a use case that he have a problem with getting their app
Hmm.
published. It wasn't really hard, but there's not a lot of information about the Shopify app review
Hmm.
process, which make it not hard but obscure to know what the review process is look like. I think currently
Yeah.
Shopify is doing a good job of simplifying this process. They are making some content about how you can publish your Shopify app and stuff, which is really good. And it's also unlock this mindset of the Shopify app review
Yeah.
process is hard. So I think it's really good to be able to unlock this myth of
Hmm.
the Shopify app review process is hard.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Can you tell us about more generally about the Shopify app, what it does, just generally?
Yeah, sure. Like the app, it has a lot of features, but I will talk about few of them. We have the upsells feature and downsells. Also, we have something we call the one tick upsell, like an upsell that you can add to your order with just one click. We have SMS confirmation for orders. The OTP one, like you get a code by SMS and you verify your order. This would prevent a lot of fake orders for many people. We have, for example, the Google Sheet export, so you can export orders in real time to Google Sheet. And yeah, there are many other features, but I can't remember all of them at once. I mean, it is like an ecosystem that helps you manage all your e-commerce business and make things easy for you to manage them.
Are all of this in one app or like a multiple app?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's in one app.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, there is a
I
lot
mean,
of different
yeah, exactly.
feature in
Yeah,
this app.
a different area, but when combined, they are providing the necessary tools to scale your business and also to make it easy for you to manage your business. Because we have seen that there are apps for each functionality, but for merchant to manage and to open to all of those apps to configure only one functionality, that was hard for them. I mean, we have decided why not just collect all of those features only in one app and make it easy for merchants first to manage them and second to pay for them because it was only one subscription for all of them all. Yeah, this is was my view to this problem.
Awesome. It's like a all in one app. That's good. And
Hmm.
what was the next app after this app, if you mind sharing this one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Actually, you may think that I have many apps, but I only had one app, that the one I'm talking about right now, and it was launched on late 2020. And since then, I didn't launch any app until the last 3 months. The second app was just last 3 months. So, like for 3 years, I didn't launch any app because all my effort was concentrated on that app because actually it was doing good. So I thought that why launch another app and I mean, divide my effort, divide my attention, divide my time into two apps. And already one app was more than, I mean, more than it was consuming all my time all the day. So I was working in full time because I was the only one who is working on that app. I was the developer, the marketer, the one that doing the customer support, and all of this is just in one day. So you are developing your app, adding features, and you get a new message in Crisp. We are using Crisp. He's asking about something, and you need to switch the context from developing to answer customer support. And again, you need to switch context to doing marketing to your app. Yeah, this is why I didn't launch any second app until last 3 months, because I have streamlined the process for the first app. For example, I have outsourced the customer support to a company in France, and now I am only managing development and technical stuff in the first app. So yeah, my second app was 3 months ago, and it was based on Shopify functions. Actually, it was for managing the payment method, delivery method, like
Okay.
reordering the method, renaming, and all of that stuff, like adding rules for payment method, when to hide, when to show a specific payment method based on many rules. And this was my second app. And as I said, it is launched like 3 months ago. I mean, 3 or 2 months ago. Uh, yeah, it's 2 months ago. And we are already at 500 active users right now.
That's good. That's good. That's pretty impressive number for a fresh app. That's good. And the next question will be about how much did you make from your Shopify app currently, like in like annual recurring revenue?
Yeah, the last year, like 2023, it was half million US dollars. This was the revenue for the ERR, which is 90% profits, and the other 10% are charges regarding the hosting, customer support, and all of that stuff.
That's good.
I,
That's
I mean,
the
with software as a service, you always have like a high margin in profit. This is what is good about the software as a service.
yes, yeah. And also this is what good about being a software engineer. So you can
Yeah.
start building the idea that you are dreaming about or thinking about just with almost like nothing, because currently if you are looking for hosting there is many different options that you can host your
Hmm.
website for free. You can just like pick a domain for like a $10 $20 and you can start the process. I think being a software engineer slash developer will give you an advantage in like a starting your own software as a service business, because there's not a lot of
Yeah.
barrier to entry in terms of budget, and this is what makes it competitive because it's a low
Hmm.
barrier entry. So you need to be different in terms of maybe execution, maybe the idea. So you just need to think about the other stuff than the technical stuff, because the technical stuff you already know your stuff. So you just need to be thinking
Yeah.
about how you can have a profitable business, because it's not only
Yeah.
about the technical side, because there is a lot of things. Then the technical side is important,
Hmm.
but the business side is also as important as the technical side, because you can have
I agree.
a good app that does everything that is correctly. You have like the testing, you have everything,
Hmm.
it's done correctly, but in terms of business you are not doing good. So I think
Yeah.
being a software engineer slash entrepreneur, you will need to be in the middle, as you mentioned also before, because when you first start your first Shopify app, you are doing the customer support, the feature development. You are also making maybe cold email outreach or something like
Hmm.
this to people to improve your business. So it's not only just the technical side. There's a lot of things that you need
Yeah.
to be thinking about. But I think when you first start, you will accumulate this skill, just like when you are building your stuff, because you cannot know everything from the start. You just need to be open
Yeah.
minded and to grasp this knowledge as you go.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you have mentioned a very interesting idea that a lot of software engineers don't understand at first. It is the idea, and including me, it is the idea about that you don't have to do everything by yourself, because yeah, you may be good at developing and coding and everything, but of course, you will not know a lot of other things that are crucial for you as an entrepreneur, like the marketing, for example. And this was, I mean, a big problem for me because I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to do those stuff. And I don't know why the app has been growing that much without all of this, because I told you that I wasn't doing good marketing back then. I have tried some Shopify ads and just it. I mean, it wasn't a big thing for the app. I also believe that having good quality products is the best marketing you can have. Of course, it is not enough, but having good products first will help you with the word of mouth. Users will start talking to each other. Merchants will start talking to each other about a good app. And I remember when I launched the app, like already 2 or 3 apps that doing the same thing. But I knew that I can do it in a good way. I can outperform them, provide good quality product than them. This is actually was the case. So a lot of users have switched to our app because our app on Sledge was good back then.
Yeah, that's a good point to mention also. And the next question will be about, so currently you have a successful Shopify app that's made last year 500,000 in annual recurrent revenue.
Mhm.
And I would like to share with our audience what the challenge that you face building and making that happen.
Yeah, actually, it was a lot of challenges, honestly. Because when I launched the app, I didn't expect to have that success, if we can consider it a success. So at a point, I found myself doing everything by myself, and was the biggest challenge for me. Like my full day was already full, so I I I wish like I have 30 hours a day just to tackle all those tasks and customer support and all of those tasks. So, like in a few months, I felt like I lost my personal life. I only have my work life. From the minutes I wake up, I am only working on that app, all the stuff related to the app, and I kept doing this like for a month. So it wasn't like for weeks. It was for a month. But then I sit with myself and start thinking, is this really what I want? I mean, yeah, I made money and start thinking, is this really what I want? I mean, is this life I want? From the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep, it's all about work. Also, my personal life, hanging with my friends, with my family, and all of that stuff. And then I start thinking the day I quit my job because of this. I quit my job because my time wasn't really mine. So this is the reason I quit my job. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about salary. It wasn't about anything. It was about having time to myself and have control over my time. And then I find myself that I am an entrepreneur. I have a side project, but my time is not really mine because you can't list the users waiting for you to answer your question, to answer their questions. You need to be there. The minute they ask question, you need to be there to answer them. You need to be there to add the features you want. You need to be there for everything regarding the app. So at that minute, I mean, we are talking about challenges. So this is was the biggest challenge for me. And the second challenge for me, it is related to this one because then I have decided that I need to delegate some tasks to someone. And this is the second challenge because I didn't knew how to delegate tasks. And from this point, I really advise anyone that want to start a side project to have these skills how to delegate because I didn't know how to do that. So I start looking in the internet. How can I delegate? I want to start with delegating customer support. I start searching the internet how to delegate, how to outsource a task. And I was lucky that a company from France reached to me and they told me that they are providing customer support for Shopify apps and they have already experience in the Shopify field. And without hesitation, I went with them. I outsourced the customer support. We spent like a week for knowledge transfer. I showed them all of stuff related to the app, and this free my time. I got back some few hours back to me, and then I back to doing things I love. I back to developing the app, adding features, doing really things that I want to do because I'm not that kind of entrepreneur that I just want a project that make me money and I will sit and watch. I'm that person that I I really like developing apps. I really like make things providing value, make things happen, make like bringing futures to life. I enjoy doing this. So then I start enjoying my life again after a few months from struggling how to do that. And yeah, this is the two biggest challenges. Hundreds of users asking why the app is down. I have faced it. I mean, there was a lot of other challenges, especially technical challenges. I mean, when the app, for example, went down for a reason that you really don't know why went down, and and a lot of users, you mean like the customer support, you have and there was no competitor back then. So they need to stick with our app anyway. So they just
Yeah.
wait for the problem to be solved. And this, I remember that I didn't sleep for many nights because of those issues of the app went down, because I need to stay awake and and solve the issues for users, because they are watching for you. You can't let them down. So it is your mission to keep the app up for them. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think the technical challenge will be for every software company. It's like a production is down, so you need to figure out what the
Hmm.
issue, because also users are not on the free plan; they are paying money, so you need
Yeah.
to provide the app to them, and it should be functional. The first challenge that you mentioned is about work-life balance, and I think for
Hmm.
many entrepreneurs slash software engineer, I think at the first of, especially if you are bootstrapping. So what I mean by bootstrapping, of people don't know, it's starting without like a VC money. So just start with
Hmm.
the money that you have. You don't have to raise money and stuff. So this is what bootstrapping means. And the struggle that you mentioned about work-life balance, I think for many people that are bootstrapping will have the same struggle, because at the first the app will not be making that money, so you can delegate to other people or outsource to other people. So I think
Yeah.
the first couple of weeks or couple of months, depending on the product, and you should expect that the products might fail. So this is the expectation that you need to have to be able to not have a hard feeling when the app failed for some reason. So
Hmm.
at the first, you will be expecting that you will be working a lot and sacrificing your personal life for your project, because you are working for that full time. You are focusing on that, so you need to make money from this project. So at the
Yeah.
first, you might sacrifice your personal life for the project, and after that, after the project is making money, so you can delegate to other people. So I think also the another skills that you might need to have, it's the right time to delegate, because
Hmm.
to outsource you need to find the right time that the app or like a maybe like a customer support is etching your time, so you need to delegate to a company to do that, so you can focus on the app functionality, making like a more money with this project. And the second challenge that you face is delegation, which we mentioned at the first challenge, because I think that's
Hmm.
like for people that are listening, just to be expecting that you will be sacrificing your personal life at first for
Yeah.
for the project, and after that, as you mentioned, it will pay back. So after the project
For
is
sure.
stable
Yeah.
enough, is making money, so you can enjoy your personal life and like have a quote
Hmm.
unquote stable life in terms of like
Yeah.
a income, in terms of like a personal life, so you can do the thing that you enjoy. And this is like the struggle of being an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
just I would like to add this point
Yeah,
about
I
the
strongly
challenge
agree.
that you
Yeah, I
face.
strongly agree, Elias. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because at first you need to do everything but by yourself. Like it is a normal, the normal path that at start you will do everything by yourself. But once things goes well with you, then you can start delegate tasks and the things that you are not good at. Because we tend to believe that we are good at everything, but it is a myth. For honestly, it is a myth that we are good at everything. You are only good at one or two things. So why not delegate those tasks that you are not good at to the people that are really good at? So everyone has its own speciality. So delegate the tasks that you believe that you are not good in. And yeah, I strongly agree that the work-life balance must exist for everyone, because at the end we are we are a human being and we need a personal life and of course a work life.
Yes. And especially if
Yeah.
you are passionate about software development, because if
Yeah.
you are passionate about software development, you will be doing a lot of software development stuff in your
Mhm.
free time, like in your weekend,
Agree.
in your free
Yeah.
time. So this is like the hard
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
about being
I mean,
passionate about something.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Friends ask me that what are you doing in your free time? I mean, that, like my free time, I do what I like and what actually you like. I like developing, adding features, coding. This is really what I enjoy. So it's not about I'm not doing what I'm not enjoying. So I really enjoy doing those stuff. So I am doing this on my free time. So, for example, you are enjoying playing football, playing tennis, or whatever. But I enjoy coding more. So why not doing coding in my in my free time? So yeah,
Yeah.
we can consider like a hobby, for example, or something like that.
Yeah, and also I just would like to add a point that you might agree or not about. Sometime you will have some hard feeling regarding to coding, so because sometime maybe there is a bug like that you are currently debugging for a couple of days, that you might feel that you might not be passionate about or not loving this like a software development thing. I
Yeah.
think for me it's normal because there is a lot of ups and downs. So it's normal
Hmm.
that you will have this feeling, and it's not like a signal that you are not passionate about, but more it's like not every like the code will work from the first time. There will be a struggle,
Yeah.
so you need to be
Hmm.
consider that.
Yeah, I agree with you that there are some stuff that even in development that you will not actually really like. But, for example, for me, I like developing adding features, but I don't like managing servers. So when it is time to manage your servers, for example, to debug something related to high memory, high CPU consumption, a lot of that stuff, it's not my thing, but I need to do it anyway. I know how to do it, but it is not. I don't enjoy it at all. And sometimes I found myself that I'm doing something that I'm not enjoying, but I am forced to do because it is crucial for the app or for your development. So yeah,
Yeah.
at some point you find yourself doing things that are related to your field, but you don't like that much. And also, if you are in development, like in coding, the things that you love, and you have encountered a bug in your app, and even sometimes you spend hours debugging that things, and just the minutes you go away and do something else other than development and come back, that bug just resolved by itself, or you quickly find a solution for it. I mean, this happens to me a lot of time. I don't know in your case, but yeah, it happens to me a lot of
Yeah.
time.
There's a lot of time that you maybe just like a turn off your computer, just go for a walk or just have a
Hmm.
lunch, and you might be thinking, if I do this,
Yeah.
this is might be the solution for this. So and you will go
Hmm.
back directly to your computer, so you will try it.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes you just need to unplug yourself, go for a walk,
Sure.
maybe get a coffee,
Hmm.
so you can free up your brain memory, so
Yeah.
you can process the other stuff. Because sometimes you will be
Agree.
blocked for hours, so just like unplug yourself, go for a walk, or maybe check
Hmm.
Instagram or something, just like to have something to entertain with. And you will, when you go back, there's a higher chance that you will solve the issue.
Yeah. Agree.
So this is the question that I only ask for Shopify folks. It's what is special about Shopify that you decide to pick Shopify only, and you are not extending to other platform. What is special about Shopify?
I mean, this question, it may seem like a complex question, but honestly, there is like a very simple answer to this question. It is the ecosystem that Shopify provides to developers. I mean, no platform currently I am aware of that's providing this ecosystem to Shopify developers. I mean, to developers. Like you find everything, like from the API, the documentation. Yeah, especially documentation. They have extensive documentation that you will find every question you are asking about. They are documenting everything. Like some tiny field in some API, they are documenting this. So you will not find yourself by your own. So there is documentation for everything. There is a CLI that will help you build things. And recently they have launched the Remix template that you can get started right away. Like you can launch your app in less than a week with the Remix template. I mean, they are working towards merchants. I mean, they are launching new features for merchants, but they are also putting their efforts into developers. And this does not exist on other platforms, honestly. Other platforms, they are more focusing on their users rather than the developers that actually making the system for Shopify. Because if you can see now that on the App Store, there are many apps that's powering Shopify stores. And Shopify without those app, I don't think that it's gonna make it to this point where it is now. So I mean, the developers community is as important as the merchants to Shopify. This is why they are putting a lot of effort to make the developer experience a lot easier, a lot of fun. And yeah, this is what I love about Shopify. You will never find yourself by your own. There is always resources for everything. There is Slack community, Discord, and anything you want, you will find a solution for it. Yeah, this is what I love about
Yeah,
Shopify, and this is why
yeah,
I decided to stick with Shopify.
yeah. That's really good point about the developer community, and also I think because I started with Shopify, I think around 2019, 2020. So back
Hmm.
then it wasn't that fun, to be honest. Like being a Shopify developer,
Hmm.
because the content wasn't really that well documented. But I think in the last like maybe 3 or 4 years, Shopify did a good job of like improving the developer experience. And
Hmm.
shout out to all like the Shopify DevRel, especially Liam. If you know him in Twitter, he is doing a good
Yeah, of
job of
course. I'm following him in
answering
Twitter.
my question and responding
Yeah,
to Shopify community forum. And also our Moroccan Shopify developer Blanc Lob, he's doing also a good job with their
yeah,
Discord community to be able to help other developer in the Shopify space. Also, one of the things that I love about Shopify is the founder himself. Like I think in the Shopify last edition, they are coding in front of like they are like sharing the screen. And
yeah.
I think in the launch of
Hmm.
Hydrogen, if I'm not wrong, founder is also a developer and is still writing code even with this success that Shopify has. It does mean a lot that he's really passionate about what he's doing, and he
Yeah,
know what the developer need. And also I think Shopify it's more like a Stripe for e-commerce. I think Stripe did a good job of for the developer experience, and I think Shopify did the same for the e-commerce. They are just focusing on the developer, not
hmm,
only the developer, but they are providing a good experience for our developer, because you already know that the developer will have an impact on the decision of choosing an e-commerce platform. Because
exactly,
when a big
exactly.
company will switch to a platform, like most of the time they will have some custom features that need to build to extend the functionality of the platform. And if there is not a good developer documentation, developer community, developer expert that they can lean on, I think the platform might have to pick another platform from the start. I think this is one
Yeah,
of the advantage of choosing Shopify as a platform. And I'm just saying that because I am fan of Shopify. I'm not sponsored by Shopify to say that.
me too.
So the next question will be the lesson that you learn from building on Shopify and like from experience being a software engineer slash entrepreneur. I think in the last
Hmm.
3 or 4 years that you have been building SaaS businesses.
Yeah, the first thing I want to mention, I already mentioned that, but I will emphasize it again. It is not enough to be a developer. You need to be a marketer, and you need to be good at sales, because at the end, it's sales what matters. And even if you have a good product with a bad marketing or without marketing, you will not make it in this system. So you need to develop your sales skills. This is strongly recommended. It is not enough to be a developer, a technician. You need to be a marketer, and also you need to be a manager, because at a point you will find yourself managing a group of people that need to be going toward one goal. So you need to have this manager skills in your side for sure. And also you need to know when to delegate things, when it is the right time to delegate stuff, and what stuff need to be delegated. And at the end, you can keep the tasks that you really enjoy, if you really do, but also you can you can outsource everything if you want. So yeah, this is the biggest lesson I learned the hard way, actually. I mean, I was closed to outsourcing things. I wasn't open to this idea that to delegate things, because I always have this idea that I am the good for this task. There is no one that can do it better than me. But I was totally wrong about this. When I tried, I found myself that I knew nothing about that task, and there are people that are much better than me that can do it quickly efficiently and deliver great results other than doing it by myself. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, makes sense. And thank you for sharing this lesson, the hard lesson that you learned, so other people
Yeah.
can learn from this experience. And for an inspired Shopify developer that is already have some basic skill of Shopify development, especially app development, what do you recommend them to start in terms of resources, in terms of in terms
Mhm.
of business and technical resources that you can share with us?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Uh, First, I will talk generally about anyone that want to start an app, software as a service, or anything. The first advice I give to anyone is just start. If you're gonna fail, if you're gonna fail, just fail quickly. It's okay to fail, but just fail quickly. Don't take time to fail. If your app will not work, just at least know this as quick as possible. So yeah, we know that it may not work, but at least you will save yourself time that you knew quickly that it's not gonna work. So fail quickly. You have an idea, do a quick validation, because I know that idea validation may require a lot of resources and things, but make just basic idea validation, build an MVP, and quickly launch your app or whatever you are launching. So this is the first thing that everyone needs to do. Fail quickly, launch your idea as quick as possible, start with an MVP, uh, get your MVP in front of potential users, validate again, get your feedback and validate the idea. If the idea is validated, then learn from those feedbacks and build on this app or this software as a service. And for Shopify developers, the people that want to start on Shopify, whatever app development, team development, or whatever, the first thing that you can start with is the Shopify.dev website, because they have like a full roadmap where to start. If you are going to build an app, if you are going to build a team, just click on the building an app and you will get again a structured way how to get started with app development, from setting up your project, how to start, what is Shopify API, what is admin API, what is storefront API, what is Shopify functions, UI extensions, theme extensions. You will find every resource there. If you read the Shopify documentation, I know it's kind of long, but you will not need anything else other than Shopify documentation. But of course, there are good channels in YouTube. The one that I am following, actually, the one from our Moroccan guy Banko, uh, they launched some videos on YouTube. They are great. Again, another guy in Twitter, I follow him. I can't remember his name exactly, but he has some great YouTube videos also. He is talking about Shopify functions and all the new stuff that Shopify launched. I quickly make a video about them and publish on YouTube. So yeah, I think the biggest resource and the important resource for everyone that wants to start Shopify development is the Shopify documentation itself.
Yep, I totally agree with you. And also, all the link that we mentioned will be in the description in YouTube, and it will
Yeah.
be in the show note for the Apple and Spotify podcast. And I think also Shopify has a workshop that you can follow if you go to Shopify workshop. That there is like a some courses that you can take
Hmm.
for free to be able to extend your Shopify knowledge. And for business resources like books or some business resources to be able to gain some knowledge in terms of sales and how to sell your
Hmm.
Shopify app.
Yeah, since you mentioned books, I strongly recommend the book of the E-Myth Revisited. It is a great book about the entrepreneurial journey. He's talking about the idea we talked about before, about everyone, every entrepreneur has the three personality, if we can say, on him. He has the entrepreneur first, the one that's creative, make ideas, and want things to happen quickly. It has the manager personality and also the technician. The technician, we are software engineers. We tend to be more like 90% technician. We don't care enough about the entrepreneur and the manager. And I believe this combination of the three, and if you can harmonize them in a way that works toward your goals, you're gonna have much success. So the first book is The Aim It Revisited. I can't remember the author, but it is well-known book, The Aim It Revisited. There are many other books. I can say that the Lean Startup is a great book for especially for software as a service entrepreneurs. He's talking about the idea that you need to launch your MVP, then learn from your users' feedback, and again, based on this feedback, refine your products. I think those two books are enough to start app development or whatever in your entrepreneur. Okay, what about business? I mean, I don't read much books about business, but I have read the Rework book. It was good. What others? Yeah, this is what I can remember for now. The Amis
Okay,
revisited the Lean Startup and the Rework.
okay, sounds good. Talking about the thing
Mhm.
that you mentioned, like a win for an Inspire Shopify developer, what they need to know, you mentioned that you need to fail fast. And also, I might add a comment about this one. Don't get emotional with your app idea,
Yeah.
because some
Mhm.
people, they are fighting to be able like to make it a success when the app failed. Maybe it's not the right timing, maybe it's not the right execution, just not to
Mhm.
get emotional with your app idea. that will be that will be a good thing to
Yeah.
be able to to add about the point that you mentioned about failing fast.
Yeah, I agree because we tend to feel emotional about uh, an idea. And if an idea is it good in your mind, it doesn't mean that everyone love it. It doesn't mean that everyone need it. I have a friend that he is launching ideas like every month or so, but he ends with no idea work for him because I always tell him this. If the idea is good for you, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be good for everyone. I mean, we found the problem, then we find the solution. We are not doing it backwards. We don't invent a solution, then try to find people that have this problem that our solution solve. So always start with what people need, what your target audience need, not what you really need. If you have a problem, it doesn't mean that everyone have it.
Yeah, it can be only the case if you are like for example, if you are building a Shopify app, if you are a Shopify store owner and you have a problem, you build a Shopify app for that. So there is a higher chance that other store owner will have the same problem. But
Hmm.
this is a unique case. But most of the people are just like thinking this idea will be worth solving for
Yeah,
like a Shopify store owner, but it might be like just a want, not a need for them. So they just would like, maybe it will be a good to have, but it will not like be worth it to be able to spend money on this app.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, agree.
So I think we cover a lot of ground here, and I think you have a minute to be able to share all the social media, all the link that you would like to share in the podcast, so people can find you online and you find your work also. And eventually, if they
Yeah,
are like having a question, they can contact you if you are open for that for sure.
yeah, sure. I'm not a social media guy, so I don't have many social media. I only have Twitter, and I'm not that active in Twitter. I'm trying to be active, but I will try after this podcast. I will try to be active and provide some my experience or some stuff in my Twitter. So if you wanna follow me, twitter.com/bookseat. I believe you will put the link below the video or something.
Yes.
It's Bougsid. And yeah, I am available there. You can message me there. You can ask questions, anything you want. I'm all open. I will be happy to answer your questions.
That's good. Thank you so much. And if you have any calls, anything that you would like to share at the end of the podcast, so the mic is yours, so you can share with us maybe a call or something that you would like to share with us. If you don't have, it's
Yeah,
not a problem.
yeah, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, exactly. I will not lie that I have a cause that I believe in my life with, so I will not lie about that. So I don't have one actually, but I believe that providing value and uh, I always believe that you give first. I mean, never expect something in return. Just give, 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 and for sure I mean, the universe, or as a Muslim, we believe that Allah will reward you at the end. So just give, 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 and don't expect any return. And this is my philosophy in my life, and it is working for me right now, and it has been always working for me. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a good thing to be able to mention. And also because back then when I started, I was listening to a lot of Gary V video and stuff.
Hmm.
And also have a book that is called Crushing It. And like
Yeah.
the purpose or like the goal or the summary of this book is give, give, give. And after that, ask. So you need to give value first, a lot of
Hmm.
value for free. And after that, you
Exactly.
can ask for anything in like a bag. So for example, if you are looking for, let's say for our freelance client, you might need to
Hmm.
give a lot of value, article, tweet, like a just value in general, and after that you can ask for leads. So I think this is how it should be like the case for a lot of people. You need to give first and after that ask for a return.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. Yeah.
That's good. So we are